Previously on the Caucus Challenge.
You guys are playing What's Yours Is Mine.
I'm gonna beat you, baby. You saw where it was going. Yeah, that's what I thought. You saw where it was going, right? Scared.
After I threw the challenge, I did a little boom, boom, nook and shove. I did what I needed to do to try to get my side to win this challenge.
No, you don't.
Lance throws the competition. He gives it away to Clay. Lance is one of these people that talks a lot of shit, claims that he can back it up, but doesn't put that work in. It's all mouth.
Good job,
I'm literally so out of breath. I am fucking exhausted. That shit put me through the fucking ringer. I throw myself into a panic attack because I can't breathe.
You got it, baby.
Going into this challenge, I knew it was going to be very important, the people that were in your heat, and thankfully I did get easy. It had to be either me or him winning, so I did tell him if it does come between, say, me and Jalen, he would swing over to my side and hopefully I'd get the win.
Hey, with your arm through! Let's go, Kevin. Go! Let's go, partner! Don't give up! Come on, guys! Come on, get the pace! Other way, Mike! Other way, Mike! Other way! Body that shit! Body that shit!
I think I picked a great partner. I think we're going to have a phenomenal season, and I can't wait to see what else we can do.
I know that I need to be the one to win this heat because since my partner is a beast and he already won his heat, there are other people that are winning other heats as well, and I don't want to have to do this again in a tiebreaker round. So I know I had to be the one to pull through and win.
Gina, what are you doing?
It is hot as fuck outside. These girls are putting up a fight.
I'm trying!
Considering I was DQ'd watching Janiece, she has to win.
Winning, of course, feels amazing. Like, who doesn't want that win and that power that comes with it?
I'm proud of every single one of you. A couple of teams scored, but the overall power team of the challenge was Janiece and Kevin.
Janiece and Kevin won the tire challenge. I'm very happy. A little nervous because I know Kevin's coming after me.
When Janiece and Kevin wins, I'm a little weary because I'm not sure exactly where I stand with Janiece.
You gotta figure out what the pick is.
The people that I definitely am trying to protect at the moment are Kristen being my number one, JT, and Mike.
So I've been hearing a lot of talk, getting the vets out, getting the champs out. MF7, that doesn't sit right with me because, I'm a champ, I'm a vet, and I'm an MF7 member. So, all three come at me.
Yeah, we just have to really, get everyone to get on board. I think we can do it. We just have to talk to people and tell them, this is what we're doing and be official, this is what's happening.
But that's when they're gonna fucking
I did more than that.
I'm not worried about my name being said. I know my number one, Janiece, has my back 100% as I have hers. Sucks to suck for whoever's going into the elimination because it's not me.
Okay, so 18 and 2 of them can vote, so 16. So all you really need is 9 votes.
Yeah, nice.
8 ties.
This is 3.
But people don't throw hinky votes because they're scared.
Yeah.
So that's why we need a couple of votes.
But you don't know. Yeah, now we know you don't know the votes. So it's kind of we need the first round to see that. So, 3 us 3. We got rid of the job.
Yeah, 2 votes.
You see what we just did? Yeah, we don't want that. Oh. Listen, everybody wants to smoke, but who's going to make the line?
TT wants to talk. I'm gonna give him the opportunity to show why he's talking. If you're gonna talk that hot shit, you better go in an elimination and prove yourself as to why you are talking hot shit. I don't care if you want a challenge. This is an elimination. An elimination, you could go up against anybody.
It'll be a majority vote, and then we could just say
The fact that these votes are in private this season makes it a little harder to trust people because they can say one thing and then go down to the voting area and then do a complete 180. So in my mind, rookies always go first.
That's what I'm saying, you realize you're
JT likes to always target lands first very early on. He said Lance and Lauren. I did not want to do that. So JT was gonna go do what JT was gonna do, but Deja is gonna do what Deja wants to do.
A lot of inklings is going around that it could easily be Tobias. And I'm like, hey, we the people that need to stick together and vote together to ensure that we could get ourselves further in this game. CT has literally wrote basically on a platter how it's anti-Lance. I love Kristen dearly, but I just have to do what's best for me in this game.
With these possible relics and stuff, like I'm just doing this stuff. And I know the move I made during the competition was very whatever.
Lance comes up to us, and not that I'm against working with him, but he's now coming after my alliance, which is CT and JT, and I can't have that.
I like probably decided the majority is on Lance and this is what that's correct. That's true. We could send somebody in before.
It's between Mike or JT, because I'm not gonna pick somebody flying in, and I'm not gonna pick a rookie because we're outnumbered. So I know the people flying in really want to play the game. That just kind of leaves Mike and JT.
But the people that are here want to play the game too.
I know everybody wants to play the game, but they also want to.
I really just want to see vets go into this elimination, preferably champs.
Kevin automatically throws out that he doesn't want to put in anyone who flew in or anyone who's a rookie. And lo and behold, who does that leave? My two biggest allies on the guy side. And I just couldn't allow that to happen, so I had to try to come up with a different game plan.
As I go into deliberation, I set the final motions with everyone, and we're going to keep it very quiet and quaint that the team we're throwing in is Kristen and CT. Not off the strength of Kristen, but just off of her loudmouth as partner.
Alright, who are y'all thinking? Let's get this shit over with. Lance is my partner, and obviously I'm gonna have his back, and everyone's trying to throw us in. If they decide to vote us, Lance and I are going to use our lifesaver.
I think it should be Lance and Lauren.
I agree too. Only because, like, out of both times where you lost, you didn't exactly haven't been the best sport about it.
JT came at me, babe.
I'm sorry, I had a panic.
Yeah, you've been coming at people all day.
I know I'm voting Lance.
Yeah, I think the reason why it should be Lauren is because Lauren's a rookie. She gotta prove herself. I immediately started gunning for Lance. The main reason why was because Lance has always been my rival, and I'm always for going against him. I really didn't have him on my radar to start the game, but he went for my neck early. I can see what he's trying to plan. So right now, it's just a matter of let's get Lance out. Let's focus on that. Step at a time.
I feel like it's a cop-out to just use that as the reason you're picking Lance.
We get into a deliberation, and none other than JT, Jonathan Thibault himself, decides to throw out that he's voting me in. Simple and plain. So at the end of the day, you know, I had to combat JT, but I know I have a bigger plan in motion, and CT's one little vote, or him and Damaris's two little votes, won't get me into elimination if the people who's working with me vote the way they say they're gonna vote.
You ready to vote?
So then
You're real comfortable, babe. You've been comfortable 2 rounds in a row.
My stripes out there. I won my rounds.
Oh, okay.
When I heard him say that he earned his stripes by winning the heat, I was like, that's not how you earn your stripes here, sir. You just won in a challenge. In one part of a challenge. And good for you. I did it. So I guess that's something for you to brag about. There's only 2 ways I know you earn your stripes. And I'm gonna lend this to Janiece because she won the competition without touching elimination once. To me, that's more than just earning your stripes. That's earning the black belt. I earned my stripes from winning that first elimination. So maybe don't say that because that's not the same.
I'm a challenge champ at the end of the day. Rookie, girl, bye.
CT, well, actually, like I like to call him, Jonathan, which your mom decided to name you, decided in deliberation to call me out and say that he earned his stripes, that I'm not earning my stripes. On the side of my name, you will see challenge champ. What is on your name? Rookie, babe. You have not earned a lick of a stripe. Yeah, you won a round of a tug of war, but at the end of the day, you haven't faced off with the real king. I'm always going to be more relevant than you because I have that challenge champ behind my name. You're working towards what I already accomplished.
Hope everyone's burning their relic because even if Lauren don't want to use it, Lance is using it.
Another twist to this game is the lifesaver. If I know I'm the house vote, or if that's the notion, I'm going to say I'm going to use it. And it's also used as a scare tactic. That even if I don't decide to use it, everyone thinks I'm using it, they might not vote for me, they'll throw votes somewhere else, and it'll cause disarray to their plan so that whenever the people that I'm voting with, we have a clear set number of who's going in.
If you guys are gonna use your relic, I'm just gonna say this, just to not make any more enemies. Tobias, you've already been in an elimination.
All right, Diva. Let's chill out because now you're my vote. You want to play that game? You're my vote. If I'm your vote, cool. I know I'm not going into elimination. I know that. I knew that.
It's something like you've been there, done that. Like
I mean, I'll go. I mean,
I thought you want to go in, Kristen. You say you want to go in.
We get into the house and CT, oh boy, starts with his mouth and starts saying that he doesn't care if he goes into elimination. Vince was like, oh, Kristen, you don't care? And I was like, no, wrong. I care. Like, I care. What do you mean? My strategy this season is to keep my mouth shut and just, you know, do what I have to do. CT's strategy is not to keep his mouth shut. And I'm not going into elimination for somebody who can't keep his mouth shut, because if I'm not going into elimination because of my mouth, I'm not going into an elimination because of somebody else's mouth. That's gotta go. We need to get it together, baby. We need to get it together.
Damaris is playing a real quiet game.
But it's not just...
Damaris is a beast. Didn't anyone throw that name out? Shayna's playing a different game than she did before. Kristen is trying to control her partner, I guess. He's acting like he's hot shit. He's been doing it for the last 2 rounds. Simple.
It's funny how, for somebody who got carried his first season and got eliminated by a 15-year-old, it's funny that he still has a lot to say about other people's gameplay. So I just thought that was funny.
I won my first season, proved myself as Slade. At the end of the day, you're talking a lot of big and not putting up. Like, it's crazy.
Lance is a very hot talker. He thinks he could do a lot. He thinks he could be the best of the best. And, you know, I think it's in him. He just talks a lot of shit. And I'm a shit talker, but I can back it up. And I've proven it. So at this point, I'm like, yo, Lance, you gotta back up something. You gotta do something to show me that you are really about that work.
I'm not going for you and Kristen, but I'm just saying, like, you've been throwing a lot of heat at me these last 2 rounds, baby. I don't know what it is.
Well, you threw my name up first.
I didn't throw your name up to go get voted. I said, if she wanted to talk about double standards, let's talk about controlling her partner as well.
I'm not really worried about Lance. It is what it is. He is right. I was speaking too much. But also at the same time, Lance always comes into this game thinking he can just talk to anyone the way that he wants to. And I'm not Darius. I'm not anyone he can just run his mouth to and I'm not gonna say anything.
JT talk about I'm being the nasty one and whatever. You have had some crazy shit to say as well. Right or wrong?
Wrong.
Okay.
CT is a decent guy. I haven't had much conversation with him, but I heard his little rambles while we're in a group, and it's him just spewing all of this cocky shit like he can beat anybody, like I don't care who's in the bottom, I'm gonna mop you. Shit like that. No tea, no shade.
And I wish you nothing but the best of luck, babes. Good luck.
CT wants to talk. I'm gonna give him the opportunity to show why he's talking in an elimination. It had nothing to do with Kristen at all. That was one of the reasons why I didn't want to vote him. But once CT started talking, it was very easy for me to vote them in. Nothing against Kristen. All up.
I don't even know who the options are. Damn. Alright. It's the easy choice. Again, Sierra and Tobias. Because easy. And I can't think anymore. I'm still seeing stars.
It's always interesting when Lance gets involved. I'm gonna do this and hope that my secretive plan works out. You wanna talk a lot of trash about you earning your stripes as a rookie, so CT and Kristen, go prove yourself. Bam.
I'm voting CT and Kristen, hopefully to get CT out.
To be honest, they were already like part of elimination before, so I figured like they're not gonna really hang up their little tiki thing. So yeah, that's why. Okay, I'm going with Lauren and Lance because that's what my partner thinks is best for our game. Chose Tobias and Sierra. I promised Lance I wasn't gonna say his name yet, so that's it.
Oof, oh, perfect. I definitely said too much in this deliberation, so just in case Tobias and Lance use their lightsaber, I'm gonna vote in Clay and Gabby.
I'm voting in Lance and Lauren because Lance is coming against my alliance.
I'm gonna vote for CT and Kristen. CT is talking like he's played this game before. I have no issues with him, but like I said before, y'all know where I stand. We're rookies. Kristen, this has nothing to do with you, but your partner can't keep acting like that. So.
No, I don't know if I have a set 3 that I know for sure. Like, I'm saving you because you're going to save me.
Yeah, but you also have to see it as like, if those people, if the people like I save see that like you agree and like we're working with them in a way, they're gonna back you because obviously they're tied to me and you're tied to me. So like, say I save JT, Mike, and CT, those people saw that you didn't touch them.
Okay, so let's go through the scenario. You save those 3. I say Tobias, Jamin, Easy. Who's left? That's Clay and Lance. One of them is probably about to get voted in. And like I said, going against what I said about not voting a rookie or voting in somebody flying in would be somebody flying in, you know, Lance or Clay.
Yeah, but that's like half the cast. That's more than half the cast. That leaves literally 3 people and you're not touching one of them.
What I propose is that he can choose 3 guys to keep safe and I'll choose 3 guys to keep safe, and then since he is the one in the male heat, he would be able to choose between the leftover 2. He didn't want to budge when it came to that, but I knew that in order to keep my allies safe, I had to put my foot down.
You have to get rid of these people at some point. Let me do the dirty work for you. You know, because you might want to win with Mike, you might want to win with JT, but they've already won. I think we should give someone else a chance. Who knows?
But I don't see it as like just because like you won, someone else should win now, because then like that would mean I'm shit out of luck, right? Because I just won.
Right, but I'm thinking on the guys' end.
Yeah, but then you also have to like, if you're saying you want to be fair, like then that's being fair, and that means like you don't think I should win either, because I just have a championship on my back.
In this game, I'm not really sure exactly what is fair, but to me, in my head, at the end of this game, you don't know what the final's gonna be like. I figured, Janiece, you just pick the girl, I'll pick the guy. But unfortunately, that wasn't gonna end up working because the only 2 people I was giving as options were her 2 number 1s, so she wasn't trying to push for that.
I think me and you were kind of in the middle with Clay, and that's probably the safest person to pick as a team. But who are you gonna pick as a girl?
As a girl, I would probably pick Sierra.
Sierra.
She has no ties to either of us.
She doesn't? Oh, okay, I don't think she would pick me because we're picking. You see, so you picking her doesn't help my game. But if I pick somebody that does help your game, you're just getting help on both sides. That's what we have to balance it.
Then who would you pick as a girl?
As a girl? You see, I didn't even think that way because I thought we were going to pick you girl, you guy. But let me see. If I had to choose one girl...
I didn't really know.
I don't want to see Damaris right now. If I see Damaris right now, that puts a target on my back. And Damaris is a strong contender.
It kind of sucks knowing that if you and your partner cannot come to terms or an agreement, that you're kind of putting yourself on the chopping block.
And what happens if we can't come to a decision?
If we can't come to a decision, I think the fairest thing is just you pick a girl, I pick a guy, or you pick a guy and I'll pick a girl.
I'm trying to think like what has happened in the past. Like if the 2, I think it goes back to house.
What if we get thrown in because we can't make a decision? That happens too. On the real show, it does. If he decides to pull that, on the real show, they say, if you guys can't make a decision, you're going in. That's what they've done before. So if Dre wants to pull that on us because he would take more time or whatever, he probably has that up his sleeve.
Janiece being my partner, I know that if I have this same struggle where we cannot come to terms, I will kind of use it against her and kind of tell her like, hey, you've never been in elimination. It's my rookie season. I kind of expect to go into elimination. So if we can't agree on something, then we're just gonna have to go in. I will purposely not agree with the guy. I will purposely not agree with the girl. And I will see you in elimination with me.
Does it help you to keep JT and Mike in this game?
Yeah.
Which one?
Which one? That's like, does it help me to have my right or my left arm? Like,
yeah, but like which one will automatically, like, you know, you'll have them over the other?
Of course, because that's just how life works for me. Kevin's idea cannot work.
I'm willing to say Mike over JT because I think Mike is in the middle of everybody. You know, if I say JT and FI that are in here are going to be a little upset if I think there's 5 of them too. I have to take that into consideration. They're always going to have each other before they have us.
I had already told Lance, told Clay, I wasn't going to pick Tobias. You know, like I have already told all these people that I wasn't going to pick them. So if we weren't coming to terms on a decision, it was either going to be us having to be thrown in or me going back on my word and picking someone else. But I really just wanted to handle for the guys' pick.
I have a headache.
I know, it's
We'll
a
figure
lot.
this out. Realizing that we're having trouble this early in the game, it was kind of scary for me because obviously we want to keep on winning, but if we keep on winning, we're going to keep on being put in the same position, and that's going to test my partnership.
During the deliberation, Lance specifically mentioned a lightsaber, and he mentioned that, you know, if everyone's gonna vote for me anyway, I'm just gonna use my lightsaber. I don't know if he's trying to make everyone use it, if he's trying to, you know, make a bluff, but I heard it and I knew that, you know what, there's a good chance everyone is gonna vote for him, and you know what, there is a good chance that he is gonna use his lightsaber. So I decided last second to switch my vote up just in case he does use it. You know, I'm not the second place in voting if he doesn't go in.
Before we announce the second house vote, is there any team that would like to use their lifesaver?
Before every elimination, you have the opportunity, if you feel like you're not safe, you can use your lightsaber and you'll be safe from being voted in as the house vote. So going in, I knew, okay, during the deliberation, me and Lance got into it and we were already gonna vote his name. I threw Tobias' name out there just so he can use his lightsaber, but I also voted Clay and Gabby just in case Lance and Tobias or anyone else uses their lightsabers, and I knew Clay and Gabby weren't gonna use their lightsaber because I'm sure they felt safe. Nobody was saying their name, so it's just like, okay, why not just, you know, throw their name out there just in case.
We're gonna use ours, okay? Me and Lauren.
We are about to reveal the votes, and we choose not to use our lightsaber. We didn't hear our name. No one told us our name was being thrown around. I felt safe, and so we decided not to use our lightsaber this round.
Lauren and Lance are immune from the house vote.
My connections with a lot of people in this house are way much stronger than CT running his mouth once or twice. I think we're fine. I don't think we're going to throw into elimination over his mouth right now, but he definitely needs to get it under control if we want to make it out.
The team that is going in is Kristen and CT.
Fuck, like this really was a thing. Like, I wasn't sure if I was just hearing it from like a group of 3 people.
What the fuck? Why is CT and Kristen in elimination right now? I'm shocked, and all I can say is I hope they come back. I'm working with the both of them, and I will be pissed if they both go home.
My marvelous plan worked. CT and Kristen is voted as the house vote, and Kristen is shocked. Shocked as shit. Pissed off.
The house vote is revealed, and it's me. I'm pissed. Like, are you kidding me? I gave people my word that I wasn't gonna vote them in, and we got some snakes in the grass. I'm sitting here asking people, like, who voted me? Who voted me? And crickets.
It was a gag moment to most people, but y'all knew my vote. I said my vote, and I immediately saw Kristen's face, and she was furious. So I was like, you know what? Let me fucking tell her now, because she's asking people who. And before she could even come to me, I went to her and I was like, Diva, I chose you, but not because of you, because of your partner. And a lot of people, I believe, felt that way. Kristen, she was like, I respect you. You told me you're not like fake to my face.
Kevin and Janiece, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to discuss on who you want to send in against them.
I was shocked to find out that Kristen and CT were the house vote because, I mean, besides Lance and Lauren using the relic, I didn't know who exactly it would be, but I just definitely didn't expect for it to be CT and Kristen. I thought they were going to try and throw it to the rookies again, maybe someone like Tobias, but with Kristen now being in the elimination, if me and Janiece can't make a decision, I know I'm not going to have a say.
This is my fault. We're going to win.
Here I am saving people. That's the funny thing. Yeah, that's done.
CT is all giggity giggity, and he's like, it's okay, we're gonna win this. Like, we're in this because of me. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. We don't know what it is yet. So how are we so sure that we're gonna win? Like, maybe if you didn't run your mouth, CT, we wouldn't be in this predicament right now.
I knew that it was because of me, because I ran my mouth. I talked too much. I already showed that I'm a problematic player, but I am a little bit nervous because this is only the second round and I'm already in elimination as a rookie. So I don't know how I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm coming back. Also, it's a partner game, and that's one thing I regret. When I run my mouth, it's essentially the same thing as Kristen running her mouth. Because if I go, she has to go too.
What guy?
If it's physical elimination.
Yeah, but they're still my numbers.
Seeing that 2 of my allies were already in elimination, there was no way I was handing over another 2. I just couldn't give Kevin what he was asking for, and it's unfortunate because we should be working together, but I'm not gonna ruin my game. We are partners, but I want the win. So I'm gonna do what's best for me.
From the very beginning, me and Kevin kind of spoke about like, hey, I have your back, you have mine. Seeing him in power, I was like, absolutely, yes, I'm good. At least I know I won't be the winner's votes. I'm just hoping it doesn't backfire on the winners.
Kristen and CT.
Since you guys are the ones in elimination, we just want your opinion on.
Do you feel comfortable going against anybody?
It seems like they're having some trouble trying to figure out who to send in against us. We get called over, and to our surprise, we're allowed to pick or at least throw out options of who we're gonna go against, which I think is really cool.
I know you're not going to give me 6 bias. I don't know if I can do that. Since I'm close with that. Okay, so what are my options?
What are mine?
Because we couldn't come to a consensus, I just thought, why don't we trust the people that are going into elimination? Especially because they're my allies, I want to see who they're comfortable going up against.
Off rip, I explained that I wanted Lauren. Love you, Lauren. I just felt like I had a better chance to go against Lauren than I did looking at some of the other rookies, and she is a rookie, and I wasn't really too sure if she wanted to be there.
I want Lauren.
Yeah. Chris asked me for Lauren, and I was fine with that. I never spoke to Lauren about being aligned with her. Kristen definitely is my #1 this season. Last season, she was so loyal to me, and she really didn't even know me. And now that we really know each other, I want to give her that loyalty back.
When we were in deliberation, Lance looked right at him and said that he wasn't voting us. Okay, so if you're gonna vote, then just vote. Then just say that.
I'm happy that Janiece and Kevin won at this point because that's Kristen's #1. And even though I don't necessarily trust them, if they trust my partner, that's good. I wanted easy, but Kevin wouldn't give me easy, of course, because they're a couple, which is understandable. So then I went for names like the other rookies, Jalen, Tobias, and he wasn't giving me any of those names. So I'm just like, bro, like, give me more names. Like, you're not giving me much to work with. Like, what is going on? So he throws out JT and Mike's name. At this point, those are people that I want to work with. Why would I go into elimination against them?
Give me Lance.
That's not cute.
Give me Lance.
You want Lance?
I want Lance.
Alright.
Ended right there.
It's true. They've been going at each other. Let them fight it out.
I came to earn my stripes. I came to win.
told
So
you
if I
this.
gotta take out Lance my damn self, that's exactly what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Me and Lance have been going at it in deliberation. We might as well just go against each other, just really show who's the best. He thinks he's a king, I know I'm a king, so why not just prove it?
Put this shit to rest, because this is why we're here. Put it to rest. Call it paper spade. It is what it is. You didn't want a rookie. When it's not a rookie, it's a vet. We're trying to meet halfway here.
Halfway
so
here, yeah. You're not giving us too many options.
That's fine. Let them duke it out.
My partner is trying to figure out who he wants, and he's saying that he wants Lance, but Kevin didn't want to give him Lance because of his rule of no rookies and no people that flew in. But at the end of the day, I felt like we're in this mess because CT wanted to go head-to-head with Lance. Both of them are in their mouths to each other. Let them bang it out in an elimination.
Okay, so who do you want? Because I said Lance and you don't want me to use him.
Nobody is beating me. Nobody's beating me right now.
CT said that he either wanted to go against Easy or Tobias, and I obviously couldn't give him either, Easy being my boyfriend and Tobias being one of my #1s. It came down to it being either Clay or Lance, and when CT finally just said, fuck it, like, me and Lance will go down and kill whatever beef this is, then I kind of just had to, like, let it be, because if me and Janiece were not going to make a decision, then it was going to be us.
It's now time for them to decide who they will be sending in against Kristen and who they will be sending in against CT. So we're gonna start off with the guys. Janiece, which guy are you sending in against CT and why?
Since
they've been talking big game at each other. It's only fair. Lance.
I get this look from Kevin, and it's like this look of disappointment, like, oh, I fought for you, but it's you. And I'm like, shit, get your fucking big boy panties on and win an elimination.
Kevin, are you backing your partner and sending in Lance? Or do you have a different guy's name?
So it's official. I'm now going into the elimination. I am honestly a little hurt. Kevin is definitely someone who, if the shoe was on the other foot, I would have fought my partner really hard to make sure he wasn't going into elimination. And Janiece, I feel like we have worked past our situation of last season and built a really good rapport that I would have hoped that she wouldn't have done it to me again. Like now, it just really shows her true cards towards me almost. I am someone that she will not go to bat for, and it's kind of like a little disheartening. I'm a strategic player. Yes, I'm a social player, but I'm not a grimy player, and it's some of the things that has happened to me over the course of the Caucus Challenge. I literally would not have done to some of those people. I love Clayton, but no shade, like what relationship do y'all deeply have with him? Is it because I'm a challenge champ? Like, I don't know, and it just sucks that I have to go in, but I know I have to put my game face on and play the game that's in front of me.
We have to get an opponent for Kristen. We're gonna start with Kevin. Which girl will you be sending in against Kristen and why?
Lauren, it'll be you.
And Janiece?
Sorry, Lauren.
I'm chosen to go in, and I'm not mad about it. I do want to be here, but I would rather be me than Deja or Shayna or anyone else of my allies.
Kevin and Janiece, you can rejoin the group.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I'm seriously confused as to why they voted them in. But they did what they did, and hopefully, like, Lance and Lauren come back so that they can go after Janiece and Kevin.
This elimination round will be Lauren versus Kristen and Lance versus CT.
Lance gets picked to go in, and my heart drops immediately. I feel this huge weight in my stomach. If there's one thing Lance can do, it's the impossible. And I think that Lance has what it takes to win this elimination. Don't ever count him out, that's for damn sure. And these eliminations are so up in the air sometimes, and so it looks like it's about to be physical, and it's gonna be a good one.
This is the second elimination of the season, and what you guys are playing is Race to Escape. You guys will be starting at one point on the field. You will be tied at your hands and your feet. You will have to find a way to make it to point B. When you make it to point B, you are going to retrieve 3 beanbags. You're gonna bring those beanbags back to point A. When you get back to point A, you're going to be able to untie your hands. Once you untie your hands, you're going to hop to point C. When you get to point C, untie your feet, hop back to point A, and you're going to score those 3 beanbags in an old-fashioned game of cornhole. The first man and woman to finish that will stay in the game.
The second I hear the word race come out of Andres' mouth, I'm done. I don't run, I don't walk, I don't sprint, no, not my thing. So I'm already triggered. So he cuts my hand open.
All I'm thinking right now is that this is not going to be a repeat of last season. I am not going home anytime soon. I'm here to stay. So I'm going to have to do what I'm going to have to do to ensure that I get back into this game.
On your mark, get set, go!
Let's go, Kristen.
Fucker. I can't even do it! Yo, these fucking restraints that Andres has me in is cramping me up, number 1. Number 2, I can't move in it. Like, I literally cannot even roll over in these fucking shits.
All I hear is Dre say go, so we have to get up without using our hands or our feet. So immediately I get on my knees. And I just start going because the bitch is not about to roll around. I don't really have that much control over my body. I knew that I needed to get to that tree to get my beanbags and get back because I'm not going home. I get to the beanbags and I don't know why I decide or think that it's a good idea to get them and then put them in front of me like my hands aren't tied behind my back. I start going back on my knees to the other tree to put the beanbags down.
This is so slow. How'd she do this fast? She on her knees a lot. I'm so behind in this game. The rules are just fucking in one ear, out the other. Don't know any of them. Playing my own game at this point.
job, Kristen. Good job, Kristen.
I give up at this point.
I start hopping to the third tree, except I couldn't really find the third tree at first. I take the things off, grab my bean bags, and I run to cornhole.
Come on!
I'm trying, Tobias!
Getting closer and closer. You got this.
How am I out of breath from this? I'm literally just on my knees. Oh my god.
Come on, bro! I'm missing, and I'm getting angrier and angrier because I'm like frustrated. The pressure's on.
Now get up and
Run!
Yeah, Kristen!
Kristen wins!
Kristen wins, and I'm super duper excited because I do love her and she's my partner. So I want to keep my partner throughout the whole season. Even though I heard that she was trying to switch her partners, I want to win this thing with Kristen. From day one, she was just somebody I wanted to work with. And yes, I made a mistake and I apologize, but I feel like we can move forward in this game together. This was just one mistake and we both still have more game to play.
Get that! Get that! Yo, she had all three of them.
I win my first elimination. I'm back in this game. Everybody comes up to me, they're hugging me, they're cheering me on, and you know, I'm happy that I won my elimination, but now it's time to figure out who flipped and who was voting me in.
I never doubted her for a moment. Now we're just a force to be reckoned with. They've created a monster and they don't even know it.
No, Kristen's so
You have two on there waiting?
Yeah, I just came in.
Good job, girl.
on my knees, just fucking out of breath.
Good job.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of you.
No,
You did it. You did it.
Everyone's
You
yelling at
actually did
me.
it.
I got eliminated. I'm not mad. Congrats to Kristen. You put your work in. I love everyone on this cast. This is probably my favorite Caucus challenge ever.
Jonathan decides that, hey, the person that I'm going to challenge this season to try to earn my stripes and just be that dude is going to be Lance. You got freaking JT, you got Mike, you even got some of the rookies like Kevin and Jalen who are way better shape than me, but you're threatened by me. Okay. Yeah, it's honestly because you can't handle me. He want to talk about he'll go into elimination, he's not scared. So let's see how this cookie crumbles.
On your marks, get set, go!
I started off trying to roll to the beanbags, but I noticed that was kind of like taking up more time because I'm not rolling as fast. So I decided to get up, got on my knees, and I started hopping to the beanbags. And it hurt, but I just kept hopping and I started picking up more speed.
Keep going. Grab on. Okay.
CT came into the game and we just been on the same page when it comes to the process of thinking on how to get these people out early, and we weren't targeting each other. So I was like, you know what, let me work with CT. He's a great competitor, and as I'm watching this elimination, I'm just thinking, you know, Lance, like, this is your time to prove yourself. If you don't step up, your challenge history, whatever it is going to be tarnished.
CT takes an early lead, but I don't count myself out because I know I just have to keep persevering and make it happen.
Okay, you're good.
You're good.
You can take them off now.
I can't get it off, Trey.
Just go. You gotta go.
I get to the part where I get to untangle myself and he's in that fa la 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 adrenaline moment and gets his stuff stuck. I catch back up and we make it to the beanbag talks basically at the same time. So it all comes down to freaking a couple beanbags that's gonna decide who's gonna stay in this game and who's gonna be eliminated.
Got it. Higher. Here we go. Leave that one.
A little bit more pressure. Has to go in.
That has to go in. There we go.
This elimination has everyone on their feet, we're all screaming, we're all yelling, and the house is divided and you can see it clearly. It's anybody's game at this point.
Use that one. Use that the backboard. Hey.
Lance, focus, hustle. Now it comes down to the final bag. I hope I can just pull it out because this is not how I want my story to end.
Which means CT has won his first elimination. Lance, you've been eliminated from the Caucus Challenge.
Before the game, we did have a little talk, and I did want Lance to have an extended game this season. I didn't want him to go out first or even second, third. I wanted him to stay in this game, and I wanted to work with him and Jalen, of course. But ultimately, I do feel like shit just because Lauren kind of went in for no reason. Lance kind of went in for no reason. At the end of the day, it does kind of help me because that's getting rid of one of the champs, which I initially said was my agenda, even though I did want him to be one of the last ones taken out. And Lauren is just kind of another number on MF7, so I kind of got rid of two people that would be a stepping stone in the end of this game.
That was so good.
Earned my stripes.
Not only am I a rookie that took out a champ, but I also won my first elimination. So I'm like really excited. Me and Lance have been going at it, going back and forth. There's a difference between being cocky and being confident. I'm confident. I told you I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna do my thing, I'm gonna earn my stripes, and I'm gonna shut some people up. And Lance, hopefully in future seasons, maybe we can work together because I don't have a problem with you. At the end of the day, this wasn't your season.
Congrats to Kristen and CT getting it done. You can rejoin the group and get your relic.
Lance, you should have won. You talk all this shit. You never back it up. You're 1 and 2 in eliminations, and you lost to rookies. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, you're just not on the certain level of certain competitors. You gotta step it up. Because if you're gonna play with us, you need to be a big dog. And right now, you're the little pup.
Lance and Lauren, unfortunately, you couldn't get it done today, but that is how you perform.
Now I'm eliminated from the Caucus Challenge once again, but I definitely enjoy competing, and I'm always the type of person that's gonna give it my all. But the more I play, I just constantly start to see people's true colors, but it's okay. At the end of the day, it's a competition. I have my accolades behind me, and one little fluke won't stop no show. Jalen, this is your game. You got this. Y'all have a good season. Y'all know who I am, and my name ring bells around this motherfucker. So peace, love, and happiness. In the pursuit of happiness, King Lance out.
Lance unfortunately didn't pull it off, and it sucks because we lost a number, but I lost a best friend in this competition. I'm no longer just fighting for me anymore. Like, it's time to do this. It's time to go in tomorrow with a vengeance.
Love you guys. Hope to see you back. You guys are strong-ass competitors.
I'm so heartbroken. So sad to see Lance and Lauren go. Those are two people I know for sure I could trust throughout this game. I'm just really not happy about it. But you win some, you lose some, and that's just how the game goes.
Bye! I came on the show to have a good time. I think I had my good time. I love everyone on this cast. You'll see me in another season. Maybe you won't. More chances you won't. But I love you all, and good night.
Next on the Caucus Challenge. Unfortunately, there's no girl partner for you. We don't have a replacement.
Like, girl, where was you at?
Today's first challenge is called Riddle Me This.
My gameplay is still to go against them and win.
Do I look like the type of bitch to just throw a fucking game? Absolutely not.
We're not gonna let this game be a guy's game.
I'm just a number. We're just votes. We're just numbers for votes.